during their tenure is a testament to the relationship that the Talon team has worked so hard to develop. Great leaders do great things well, like maintaining fight tonight readiness and strengthening the alliance. Great units never forget those who make great things happen, soldiers and families. Caring for soldiers and families of the Aviation Brigade has always been a hallmark of the team. And while we'll surely miss Colonel Barker and Command Sergeant Major Cain, we'll also miss the entire Barker-Cain command teams who work tirelessly to build strength and resiliency across the brigade, Karen and Uta. They've both been sources of strength and support to the entire Talon family and to the Warrior Division. They committed their time and efforts in support of many family and community organizations, including our family readiness groups, Friends of the Stork's Nest, and the United Club. As leaders in their own right, they've devoted countless hours in support of soldiers and their families. Karen, Uta, thank you. Thank you very much for your assistance with all the families here at Humphreys and for your unfailing support for all of the spouses and soldiers across the division. Thank you for taking time to care and support our soldiers here in Korea. You'll be dearly missed by us all. Jim, we wish you, Karen, Chelsea, and Sydney all the best as you move to your next assignment in Hawaii. And Command Sergeant Major Cain, we wish you, Huda, Jessica, and Jasmine continued success and the best of luck in Germany. I know both of you will attribute all of the success to your team, and we know great teams have great leaders. Be proud of what you have accomplished here over the last 2 years. Well done. And now to welcome Colonel Walter Rugen and his wife Leanne, along with Command Sergeant Major Berrios-Powell to the Talon team in the 2nd Infantry Division. We're extremely fortunate to have yet another equally magnificent team. Colonel Rugen is no stranger to Korea, having served here before. He's a tremendously qualified aviator with impeccable credentials, having served numerous combat deployments as a company commander, battalion operations officer, and battalion commander in our famed 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. Wally, you're the right leader, right place, right time. Command Sergeant Major Berrios-Powell is also no stranger to Korea or to the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade. In addition to her assignments here in Korea, assignments in the 82nd Airborne, and multiple deployments to Panama, Bosnia, and Afghanistan. She has a strong reputation for building strong teams and carrying leadership. Command Sergeant Major Berrios-Powell, welcome back to the division. We know that you're up to the task and we are thrilled to have you back here as part of the team. Colonel Rugen, Command Sergeant Major Berrios-Powell, you have the controls. You are now responsible for one of the most lethal and agile forces in our Army, and much of our ability to deter war here in Korea depends on you and the soldiers standing in front of you. You have a great team assembled here, and I'm confident that there's nothing but success in front of you. Talon soldiers, you and your actions represent the very best in Army aviation. Our division, our nation, and our alliance could not be better served. Thanks for what you do every day for our country and for the Republic of Korea. Thanks for making a difference. Second to none, Kashi Kapsada.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing commander, Col James T. Barker.
Distinguished guests, friends, officers, and commanders from the ROC aviation community, great friends from People to People International, Second to None Soldier Support Group, distinguished members of the local community, obviously General Johnson, Sergeant Major Mahoney, Leanne, General Mrs. Cardone, thank you so much for being here today. Welcome. Shout out to the chaplain for the weather prayer. Great work. Good job. Tracy and Ross, thanks for being here as well. I've got so many MVPs to thank for their Hall of Fame performance on this team over the last 2 years, but I'm only going to name a few, and I hope all of you know how much I appreciate your loyalty and support to each and every member of the Talon and Warrior team over the last 2 years. I promised you I wasn't going to be all sad and I wasn't going to be emotional and cry, but I'll tell you, I did get emotional twice this morning, but it wasn't because I was disappointed that I was leaving command. My heart just swelled with pride when I saw you march out on the field and when the band sounded off and marched in front of you. You are an amazing group of soldiers, and I've been so blessed. Of course, my battle buddy, Sergeant Major Cain, awesome non-commissioned officer, second to none. Thank you so much, and good luck in your transition to INCOM in Germany. I miss you. The band, salute battery, troops on the field, awesome. Thank you so much. To the best battalion commanders and sergeants major a guy could ever hope for. Thanks for taking such great care of your soldiers and their families so that I could focus upward and outward on longer and larger term projects. I never had to tell you how to do your job. You always had the greatest amount of confidence in your ability to be where the action was, to identify and mitigate risk, and keep your troopers and our customers safe and highly trained. To my four horsemen, Paul Bush, Tiger, Steve, Bruce, and all the civilian maintainers, thanks for allowing us the opportunity to aggressively train and yet maintain readiness at the same time. To the board of directors, Lieutenant Colonels Ortiz, Ferrito, Zimmerman, and McAlennel. To majors, Rick, the Body Ventura, Frank, Major Cain, Van Zandt, Owen, Steve, great job out there today as the cot. To my senior warrant officer crew led by Mr. Dowling, thank you so much. To the crew at the Talon Cafe, thanks for your hard work and dedication to providing the best menu and service for our hardworking troops. You've gone from worst to first on this peninsula and even took down runner-up at the Department of the Army Connolly competition. Keep chugging away. I know you will continue to be great, for our soldiers deserve it. This brigade has made a huge transformation in so many ways over the last 2 years due to all of our hard work and never say never philosophy. There's a few things I learned in the last 2 years. This generation of young soldiers is bright, driven, and possesses a huge amount of pride and patriotism. The Rock Army are extremely professional and proud soldiers, eager to improve and demonstrate their capabilities. Catusas are awesome. We could not be successful without them. Probably most importantly, I always learned to leave a little bit of soju in the bottom of the glass. Very important lesson, Wally. I also learned that it is imperative to look twice, both ways, before going through a green light. A few things I've always known that were validated here during the last 2 years. My wife and kids are amazing, and I've been extremely blessed to have their love and support my entire career. I know there's no such thing as impossible. It's all a matter of how hard you're willing to work to achieve your desired end state. Never let the first obstacle stop your forward momentum. Find a way to go over, under, around, or through whatever it is preventing you from doing what you know is right. We simply do not have time to train one thing at a time. We must layer as many training objectives into our few training opportunities as possible and stress our ability to conduct our wartime mission. If you don't have time to do it right the first time, how are you going to find time to do it over? And lastly, after-action reviews are not the end. They're the mission analysis that leads to the refinement of the concept of the operation for the next training event. Due to our very different and diverse backgrounds, I look forward to what Colonel Rugen and Command Sergeant Major Berrios-Powell bring to the Talon team. I'm certain there are several areas that are second nature to them that Sergeant Major Cain and I overlooked. I look forward to the new command team scoring some quick wins in those areas. I have all the confidence in the world that this new leadership team will bring with it a fresh perspective and the renewed energy necessary to maintain the swift forward momentum and continue the superb reputation the Talon Brigade enjoys today. As much as I hate to leave command, we will always cherish the many memories of our tour in Korea. Wish each and every one of you health, happiness, and good fortune in all your endeavors. Above the best, Talon's second to none, Kachi Kapshida.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, Colonel Walter T. Rugen.
Lieutenant General Johnson, Major General and Mrs. Cardone, Major General Retired Bach, Brigadier General Chang, Command Sergeant Major Mahoney, and officers from the Iraq aviation community. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, soldiers, families, and friends of the Talon Brigade. Thank you all for coming to share this great day with my family and I. It's truly an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to return to Korea after 21 years. Talon soldiers, you look great, and I'm humbled to share this ground with you today. To be in command of such a proven and prepared group of soldiers. You have an outstanding reputation. I know I'm standing with the world's best right now, and it's not lost on me that this entire formation has continued to volunteer to serve the nation in this time of war during the toughest missions when their country needs them most. I salute your service and your courage as well as that of your families. Thanks to General Thurman, Lieutenant General Johnson, and Major General Cardone for the trust and confidence in allowing me to command this great and storied brigade. Thanks to Jim and Karen Barker for truly going above and beyond to make this a seamless transition, to make Leanne and I feel welcome. It's truly been the best I've seen. Thank you to the wonderful Korean community and members of the ROK Army for attending today. You honor us with your presence. I'm truly grateful to speak in front of so many leaders who have helped build the ROK-US Alliance into the strongest alliance in the world. Thanks to my wife and kids for making another PCS move, which I know was tough. Leanne, thanks for your enduring love and support. I wouldn't be here without you. Lastly, and most importantly, I'd like to recognize Command Sergeant Major Berrios-Powell on her change of responsibility. She represents the pride, courage, and the high standards of the NCO Corps. I look forward to working with you. Thanks to the Division Band and the firing section, you honor us today with your presence. All policies and procedures remain in effect. Talents. Kasahamnida, Kachi Kapshida.
Detachment! Halt! March!
Approaching the reviewing stand is the commander of troops, Major Stephen Owen, in the brigade staff. The units of the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade will now pass in front of their commander, who will be in review for the first time as brigade commander. Now approaching the reviewing stand is the 2nd Infantry Division Command, commanded by Chief Warrant Officer William Brasher. The Major is approaching is the headquarters and headquarters company of the 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade, commanded by Captain Anselmo Lizama. The first sergeant is First Sergeant Jesse Lineberger. Now approaching is the 2nd Battalion, 2nd Aviation Regiment, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Brian Walsh. The Command Sergeant Major is Command Sergeant Major Lawrence Doherty. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and render honors as the colors of the United States of America and the Republic of Korea march past. The 2nd Combat Aviation Brigade Color Guard is led by Command Sergeant Major Lourdes Berrios-Powell.